going down, YouTube town? It's your boy CaptNRetro, and I just got out of the dentist where I had to have a cavity filled. Boo on that noise. And my tongue is kind of numb, and the right-hand side of my face is pretty numb, so I might sound kind of funny. But I'm going to do a trade with my buddy Kody, who came across some amazing stuff the other day at the Goodwill, and he's going to get a deal out of this. Let's just say that. Thing that I don't ever really use too much, the Nintendo Switch. So I will say this, I totally forgot to grab the little controller adapter thing that comes with it. This thing. Okay. I'll mail that to you, or get it to you tomorrow, today, whatever you want to do. It's sitting there right on my desk, and I totally forgot to grab that piece. I got that good shit. It's obviously playable without such thing, but you need it. You want it. You got the good stuff?
Got the good
He's
stuff.
got the goods.
Here. Welcome to 1983.
Oh my goodness. A pile of the masters, including Hordak and King Hiss. And look what he paid for it. 55 cents. It's right there on the back. That's ridiculous. Grizzlor. Another Grizzlor.
Two Grizzlors.
King Hiss. Check him out.
Yeah, I never had King Hiss. I didn't realize he opened up and there was something inside of him.
Spikor. The Horde Leech. Cyclone, which is a cyborg version of He-Man that was evil, I think. Or is he a good guy?
I had that one. He was a bad guy.
And
I thought.
Mantenna. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Anyway, he's going to be getting my Switch and a couple games with it. So we got a Street Fighter 2. This is a hack and slash. It's been open. I just like to keep stuff in the plastic when I can. And it's like a side-scrolling adventure game with a sword, and it's a little bit difficult. I wouldn't say it's hard.
Indie developer?
Yeah, Nycalis, and I think they are part of the Hudson team. That's the Hudson B that guy's riding. And there's like a little pouch in there with some freebies and stuff. I never opened up any of that stuff.
Cool.
But here's the system, and the dock is down there underneath. I never opened the little wrist strap things. I didn't figure I'd need them. There's the dock that you put it in, and you'll need an HDMI cable to plug it in.
Okay, got that.
And there's the power cord that powers the dock up.
Nice.
This thing's fully charged and ready to go. So I just got back from the Goodwill, and my phone of course, was full and stopped recording at that point. So I didn't really get the rest of the conversation with Kody, but Kody's a cool guy. He does film and TV work here in town, and that's how I met him, was doing stuff on set. And when I saw that post of his on Facebook, that what he got and how much he paid for it, I about blew my load. And, I commented a couple different things on it, telling him how cool it was. And then the next day he was like, hey, I'm about to put this stuff on eBay. I'm not going to keep it. Did you want to maybe buy it? He gave me first dibs on it before he put it up on eBay. In the course of that conversation, he was like, I'd really, I'd trade it for a Switch if you had a Switch. Of course I have a Switch. It is the one that I use. I've actually gone through like 3 Switches so far. I don't really need it. I mean, I'll get another one and I'll play it all again. You know what I mean? Those things are easy to find. Motu is not easy to find. Masters of the Universe! Fuck you. Every time I fucking record something, somebody fucking hits me up on my phone. Annoying.com. Let's turn this thing off. I'll get back with you, and we will keep going. I got that stuff in the trade. And I was going to show it off to you again here real quick just to see what I got. But I met him at the same Goodwill where he found it. I was like, hey, man, meet me at that Goodwill. And, we'll do the trade. And I just wanted to, hunt around through there real quick just in case there was anything he missed the day before. And there was. So I'll show you that, too. It wasn't really a whole bunch of stuff. There's a big bag of toys. There's a big bag of, how Goodwill, bundles a bunch of stuff together. Nothing really important or cool in here, with the exception of these cool things. The reason I even saw the bag was Underdog. I was like, ooh, there's an Underdog. So I got me a little Underdog toy, and he's pretty neat, articulated arms and whatnot. And he just stands there. And this little tin robot was in there, and it winds up and turns on, and he walks around, and his head kind of turns a little bit. Hey, I got a head, and it turns. And I thought that was pretty neat. I don't think it's vintage. It's got a price tag on the bottom. It's relatively new. And also in that thing was this little gas pump, a little Phillips 66 gas pump toy, little tin toy. It can go on a shelf. I like gasoline. But inside that bag were these Lucy's. So we've got a battle armor Skeletor, and let me roll his battle chest back to the first position. Doot, 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 doot. It's easier to do with your thumbs. So there's his first position, and then he gets hit first, and he's like, oh, I got one big scratch. And then he gets hit again, he's like, oh, I got two big scratches. But as you can see, this is mint as fuck. Like, I bet it was on the card or the bubble, and it ripped off, and they just took it out of the package and threw it in a bag. There is no sword, no shield, you know, no comic book with him. But there he is, and he was in the bag was $5. And this little guy was in there too, Roboto and his comic book, and he's in his bag with his extra arm pieces down here. So he is complete with the exception of the package, and was in that bag. Always, always go back and look and check again, and make sure you've gotten everything you can find out of your Goodwill. In the box though, we'll go ahead and show it off. We've got King Hiss. King Hiss is in really good shape. He might be the nicest card out of all of them. And his chest opens up, he falls out, and there's like a crazy snake man inside there. And it shows you how on the back, you know, rip his chest off, and there you go, take the arms off, and he's in there, and he's got bendable snake arms. This is 1985. He's probably wave 4, wave 5, something like that. And he's the leader of the Snake Men. And the Snake Men were Ratlor, Cobra Khan, and King Lasher. Tongue Lasher. King Hiss, Tongue Lasher. 2 of the Grizzlors. The box is a little torn over here. But he's in really nice shape too. And it's not the alternate black face one. They're both of these are just the regular face one. But still, worth way more than that $1 that's up there from Kmart. And for 55 cents... ridiculous. Can I say that again? So we'll go ahead and show you the other Grizzlor, and his packaging's a little bit worse for the wear. He's a little bit more squished, but here he is, the other Grizzlor, and complete in the package, but his thing's totally ripped on this side, and you know, not the prettiest of them all. And then we got Leech. I had this one as a kid. Leech has suction cups on his hand and feet and his mouth, and you can stick him to things and scare your sister with him. That's what I like to do. He was very frightening, and he could pick up, you know, you can pick up anything with the suction cup, anything that's flat. He could, you know, grab a hold of it and rip it and throw it. He's not really ripping things, but he could throw them. There's the Spikor. This might be wave 1, 83, 84, wave 2 possibly. Looks like Cyclone was out. Fisto, Buzz off, Mothman. Orko finally got a thing. Battle Armor Skeletor. Stinkor, the Skunk Man. Webstore Whiplash. Too Bad. There's the back of his card. Spikor is a bad guy. And he's very spiky and very scary. Untouchable, Master of Evil Combat. He's untouchable because he's so spiky. Mantenna, which is a pretty rare one and a pretty expensive one actually, when I was looking up on eBay. This is another bad guy that goes with the Horde, the evil Horde. The only Horde character I don't have is, in this pile, or in general, is Modulok. And he's the one you could like change out his legs and change out his arms and stuff, and he was, you know, like a Transformer kind of guy. Cyclone, and I was saying I thought he was a bad guy, but maybe that's Spikor that's the bad guy, and Cyclone is a good guy hero that's basically a He-Man mold with a different chest and arms and legs, and he spins around 360 degrees and, you know, can punch people really hard. That was his thing. Heroic Fist-Flinging Tornado! So it says heroic on the front. That leads me to believe he's a good guy. Last but not least, we've got Hordak, the leader of the evil Horde. And look at him. Just so scary and cool. He was, you know, Skeletor on steroids, basically. Awesome. And his card is super bent. I'm going to take a book and try and flatten it out a little bit better and get him in a little bit better shape. But so nice. So cool. And for a Switch, it was totally worth it. I mean, I play my Switch. Don't get me wrong, I like the Switch, but I'll get another one. Those are easy to find. These are not easy to find, especially for making a good deal. You know, I had probably $300 in that Switch and $30 a game there. And there's a couple downloaded games that I left on it. I actually left my my CaptNRetro logged in on there, and he, you know, made a new thing. He bought it for his daughter, Adeline. They can go in there and make her Nintendo account, and they can download whatever they want, but they'd still be able to play the other games. I have Golf Story on there. I had Rocket League. I had Retro City Rampage, which she might not be old enough to play. It's, you know, it's violent. It's the 8-bit Grand Theft Auto. And I had maybe something else on there? No, just the Tiny Barbarians that was inside it. So anyway, I thought that was a hell of a deal. And, you know, no cash out of my pocket, technically. Trade that off to him. I'll get me another Switch, and we will deal with that later. Unbelievable find, though. Unbelievable find. You do not see these things, especially in the package, anywhere, unless it's at a retail shop and it's full price. So I can't believe my luck. Hooray for the captain. Hooray for you guys. At the end of this episode, I'm going to throw in some footage. My brother and I and some of his friends went to our first professional soccer game here in Atlanta for the Atlanta United and watched them play a game. They did lose the game while we were there. They actually scored 2 goals first. They were up 2-0, and then they reviewed one of those goals and they took it back, and then they basically gave the other team a goal on a bad penalty call that was in the box, and it was just a free kick. So that tied it up, and then the other team went ahead. I think they ended up winning it 2-1, and it should have been tied 2-2 at least in my eyes. So that's all right. What are you going to do? It was an incredible environment. It was just like going to a Harry Potter Quidditch match. There were guys with flags and banners, and they were running up and down, and there was different chants that I wasn't aware of, you know, what exactly they were saying, but the whole crowd was into it. They were pretty much standing on your feet the whole time, even in the big, you know, we were upstairs in the upper level with the restaurant behind us, and I think Brian paid $100 a piece for those tickets, and it was amazing. Even though we lost, it was an amazing good time, and the place was packed. The Mercedes-Benz Dome in Atlanta was just full of people, and they were going crazy, and it was a wicked good time. And so if you have a professional soccer team in your town, MLS soccer, go check it out. It's totally worth your time. Here's that footage. I got a scar! I'm Harry Potter of soccer!
Beat by the refs right now, which is pretty awesome. Oh yeah, dude. Easily. Well, we didn't pay the refs enough to help us out.
It just comes with being New York. It's automatically get that.
Basically.
Too cool cushion.
All right, here we go.
Red card! Red card! Yellow card! Pathetic!
Thank you guys so much for watching the CaptNRetro Show. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. MC Murr and I will be doing our first panel this weekend at the Southern Fried Gaming Expo, along with John and all the boys over George and Mo from Gen X Grown Up. They'll be there. My friend Amoto Arcade, Amoto will be there doing things. Billy Mitchell and Walter Day will be there, so we're going to give them some more guff. It's going to be a wicked good time. John from John's Arcade will be there doing a panel as well. I can't wait. I went last year just to go and have fun, and it was incredibly fun, and there's a video up from my site from that. I kind of streamed a little bit live while I was there last year, and well worth your time. If you're in Atlanta, if you're close to Atlanta, come out this weekend, June 8th through the 10th, for the Southern Fried Game Expo. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Hooray! Captain!